Hi students, how you guys doing? I hope you are doing great. Now welcome back to this week's topic. We're going to talk about the moon, and I'm sure a lot of you are so excited about this topic, okay? So we can find this in the textbook on page 92. So this is on your textbook, page 92, all right? So the topic is the moon. This is what we're going to talk about in this class. Next. All right, so these are the list of some important words, vocabularies that we are going to look at. And I love to give all my students vocabularies because I believe that vocabularies are the foundations of, making a sentence or really understanding the in-depth details of the topic, okay? So I love to start my classes with vocabulary so that all my students will understand these words and can use them to make a sentence or to just either understand the logic behind this, okay? So the first word that we're going to look at, of course, these words came from my students. So I let them pick these words and then we talked about it in the class. So the first word here we have is rotation. So rotation or rotate, all right? This is actually, this means for an object to rotate or to spin, okay, to move. So this is all about rotation. Number two, axis, okay, axis. This is an imaginary line through the earth that extends from the North Pole to the South Pole. So this is an imaginary line, okay, that shows the direction between the North Pole and the South Pole, okay. I'll give you much details in that later on. Number three, orbits. So orbits is movement, okay? Movement. Number four, west. So this is direction, okay, or point of compass. So just like we have the north, south, east, and west. So west is a direction. Number five, we have region. So region is another name for place or area. An area or a place, region. For example, Simburi is an area, okay? All right, six, experiences, all right, experiences. This is a way that you feel or towards a particular event. So the observation of an event. So for example, John went to the zoo and he had an amazing experience. So that is a feeling, an emotion that connects with that activity that John took, participates, okay, when he went to the zoo. So experiences is an observation, all right? Number seven, satellite. So we have the man-made satellite and we have the natural satellite, all right? So the man-made satellite, of course, is the space shuttle, okay? Or, space satellite, okay? That sends and transmits information from space to the Earth, all right? We also have the natural satellite. For example, the moon, all right? The planets in the solar system. These are examples of what? Satellites. Now, what is satellites? Satellites are objects in space that circle around a bigger object. So Earth, of course, Earth is big, right? And we have what? A moon, okay? Moon is, of course, smaller than that, right? Smaller than Earth. And man-made satellites, which are, of course, smaller than Earth. Okay, very good. Now let's move to number 8, seasons. Now this word seasons, not season, okay? Seasons. Now we have 4 seasons in a year, okay? So this means 4 divisions of the year, which are the summer, the winter, the spring, and the autumn. So all these are examples of what? Seasons. Now number 9, phases. Phases. Now phases is what? A period or stages of a thing. So in this context, we are going to talk about phases of the moon. The moon. So the moon passes through so many phases. We have the waxing gibbous, we have the waning gibbous, we have the new moon, half moon, full moon. All right. All these are different phases of moon. Number 10, we have tilted. Tilted. So meaning moving into a sloping position. So for example, this pen is what? Straight. And if you talk about tilt, tilt means either to move to the right side or to tilt to the left side. So just like that. So tilting means to either iang, call it iang in Thai, right? So something just shift from the straight line to a little bit, okay, on the other side. So this is called tilt. So the earth tilt to the right side. All right? Okay, very good. Now, the next word is receive. Receive. So when someone gives you something, you receive it. So give and take. So receive. This comes from the word from, you can have receiver, okay, and receives. Number 12, we have what? Towards. So towards mean in the direction of. So for example, we have A, we have B. So A throws the ball towards B, all right? So towards mean from point A to point B, or from point B to point A. So these are the list of vocabularies, important vocabularies, okay, in this topic. Next. All right, so this was, if you go back to the vocabulary, this is what I call rotation, okay? So the earth is rotating, all right? You can see that it is rotating, okay? And this is an example of what? Of a satellite. So this is earth, this is a satellite, this is moon. Of course, it is orbiting around the earth. So you can see it right here. So these pictures just shows you, number one, rotating or rotate or rotation. Number two, it shows you what? A natural satellite, okay, in space. Next. All right, so important vocabularies in sentences. Next, please. Now, let's bring the vocabularies and put them into sentence so that you guys can really see the meaning of this. All right, so the Earth's axis is the imaginary vertical line around which the Earth spins. So I already mentioned what an axis is, right? So this is how you can put it in a sentence, all right? Next one. The Earth rotates on its axis once every 24 hours, causing day and night. So this is rotation. So the Earth rotates what? Causing day and night. The Earth revolves around the sun once every year. So this is revolution. The word comes from revolve. Okay, so revolving. The Earth follows a path around the sun known as an orbit. Okay. All right, next one. Very good. So we are gonna do some activity. So think, pair, and share. Watch the video below and summarize the changes that occur and the causes of the changes. So you have to watch this video, you have to summarize the video, and then you have to explain what? The changes that occur and the cause of the changes, okay? So this is the video, of course, this is the link. Once you click on this link, it's gonna take you to the video, you watch it, and then you're gonna learn from there. All right, so turn to a partner and use each of the following words in a sentence. So, of course, this is your homework. Rotation, revolution, axis, and orbit. So you're gonna use these words and put them in a sentence and, share with your friend, all right? And explain it to your friends. Next. Okay, now what is this called? Remember we talked about north, south, east, west. So we're talking about directions here. So you can see the western hemisphere, you see the eastern hemisphere, the northern hemisphere, and the southern hemisphere. So these relates to seasons, okay? Different seasons. We have what? 4 seasons. So this, when it's in the western region, what season are we in? Next. All right, next, go. All right, so this is the time for you to show what you already know. So show us what you learned. This is going to be your activity, a classwork. So you just fill in the blank spaces, okay? Just fill it in, and that's it. All right, so this is going to be your homework as well. You're going to fill it in and then report it, send it to me in line. Next. Okay, so these are the answers for you already. Next. All right, so here, what are seasons? We're going to take a deep look at different types of seasons and what you should know about them. So seasons are short periods of climate change caused by changes in the amount of solar radiation, sunlight, an area receives. So seasons are very short, okay? They're not long, they don't last long, they're very short. And this is just short climate change. So when you are in the summertime, of course, it's very hot. Spring, and then what else? Autumn and winter, okay? So these are just short, climate change that just lasts for a very short period of time. All right, next. Okay, so this is a diagram that actually shows you what month to what month does the season last, okay? We have, of course, all the way winter right here. Okay, so we have winter here, and it's between 21st to 22nd. It happens right here. Okay, this is the what? This is the date. You can see the month. All right, and then this December. Okay, for winter, and then down right to spring, March, summer right there, June, and all right, falls back in again, September. Okay, and then right here. Okay, so you can see all this. Okay, explanation, season in Northern Hemisphere and season in Southern Hemisphere. Okay, so this is just a diagram. Once we get to the class, we're gonna get to this in details, and I'll show you some videos for you to watch. All right, next. All right, so the 4 main seasons I already explained to you. We have the summer, we have the winter, we have the autumn, and then we have the spring. So which one is, okay, fall is here already. We have the winter. What else do we have here? Next, we have the spring. It's beautiful. And we have the summer. Okay, good. Next. Okay, so what is your favorite season and why? Okay, what is your favorite season and why? You have to tell me yours. You have to write it down and tell me why you like that season. Now, reasons for the season. Now, it is the tilt of the earth and its revolution around the sun that causes season. Remember, we talked about tilt when the earth moves from the straight line and tilt towards the right side or tilt towards the left side. Now, this causes what? Seasonal changes, okay? Climate change. And of course, yeah, so that's the reason for season. So season occur when there's a tilt, when the earth tilts to a different direction. All right, so here we have it. So this is tilting. So this is the earth, basically like that, right? If you want to make it, if you want to put it in an imaginary line, so it's in the center. So the earth is actually tilting. You can see that. Okay, imaginary line shows that. So we have the axis, we have this other direction. So the earth's axis is tilted 23.5 degrees. Okay. All right, next. Okay, right here. So now this lady is actually, trying to imagine the direction. Okay. Now, the Earth's axis points in a constant direction as Earth orbits the sun, okay? The Earth is tilted 23 degrees from its orbit. So it's tilted 23 degrees from its orbit. Use your thumb to represent the North Pole. Keep it steady as you move your hands in a counterclockwise circle on the tabletop. Okay, so this is just a little practical that we're gonna do once we meet up again. But just for you to have a knowledge that once the earth is tilted to either the counterclockwise or the clockwise direction, it means that something must change. Okay, so the season will definitely change. All right, guys, phases of the moon. We are going to explain this in the class, but for now, I'm just going to briefly go through it faster, okay? So phases of the moon, I already told you what phases of the moon are. I mentioned that phases of the moon are what? Changes, okay? Or what? A period where, or stages that moon, have to pass through. Next. Next. Okay, guys. I think we're gonna hold it here. So I'm gonna make a separate video for this because this topic is quite long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break it down. We're gonna make another video concerning this in the next one. So let's just stop here for today, and next class I'm gonna explain to you, all right, what is phases of the moon in detail. So let's just take it bit by bit so that you don't, bombard yourself with a lot of information. All right, guys, thank you so much for having me today. Of course, have a good day and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.